If you like talking,
Women.
Ladies,
men,
topic,
Conversations.
and occasional uninformed politics,
multiple talking women is for you.
Hit it!
And welcome to Multiple Talking Women. I'm your host, Felicity Bramblebush.
And I'm another host, not quite as enthusiastic and crazy as you are today, Lana Brown.
Hi, I'm the producer, I'm Paula Gherkin.
We are absolutely thrilled because I'm sitting across from the most dimpliest, most joyous, smiley person I've seen in a long time. His name is Gabe Gibbs.
Gabe Gibbs. Gabe Gibbs.
Hey. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for
thrilled
coming.
to have you. It's
course.
fun. You know, we get a lot of. We know people introduce us to other people who like come on the podcast, or I find a lot of the guests.
Of course.
But you are a kind of a fresh face for us,
I love it. I'm happy
which
to be
is
one.
really great
Yeah.
because we're going to learn all about you.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Incredible.
Perfect.
There's a lot of things running through your veins. There is, theatrical Broadway
Yes,
shows.
yes.
There is music. There is comedy.
Yes.
I mean, it's like you're the ultimate hybrid.
He's multi-talented, and for us, it's a bit intimidating because we're trying to figure out if we have one talent.
It's true, I have to say.
Well,
yeah.
you have the journalism
Yeah,
talent.
I got a degree in journalism, so I guess I have that talent.
That's a
And I
good
have
degree. It seems you're
procreation
using
talent.
it too.
Yeah, I guess I'm using it today. Now,
Yeah.
you look very young.
I feel very
You
young.
are young.
Because
It's just-
I think it's because he is.
I know, but he's done so much.
I'm young-ish. I'm in the early 30s-ish
Yeah.
phase, which feels young.
When I
Yeah.
see
I could be your mother.
someone like this, I want to do one of those things witches do, where they, I basically like chop you up, make a potion, drink it, and then I get that you.
Yeah.
Does that make you uncomfortable?
No.
Okay.
I'd
Like
be
there
honored.
could be
I'd be honored.
like Erewhon could sell a
Yes.
a
A
Gabe
Gabe
Gibbs
Gibbs.
Yeah,
smoothie.
yeah. Tail of a newt,
Yeah,
like
and then a little
dimples of a boy. Yeah,
Yes.
we could get
Dimples
it
of
going.
a
Yeah.
Do you have you ridden a bike lately? You look like you could ride a
That's
bike.
very funny. I think
Yeah.
it's the East LA in me that
Maybe.
feels like.
I love that.
But no, I haven't
okay.
ridden.
You
Well,
haven't.
I've ridden a Peloton
Oh.
recently. Which
Okay.
does that count as a bike?
It
Yeah, I think
does.
so.
I think
Yeah.
so.
It doesn't move, but
Your
but I
destination
do.
is just hot body.
Yeah,
Gabe,
there
where
it
do you
is.
hark? Is that a word? Hark from?
Where do I hark from?
I think
Yes.
it's hearken.
Harken from.
I both hark and hearken from the Detroit area originally.
We're
we've
having
had a few
some Michigan
Detroits,
people
yeah. A lot
of Michigan
lately.
in Detroit.
Yes,
Yes.
Julian Gant is from
Okay.
Detroit.
Cedric Yarbrough.
It's from,
Just
from
outside
Minneapolis.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yesterday
Similar.
we had
Michigan, Minneapolis.
Will
yeah.
Neff,
Yeah.
Okay.
who was
Yeah.
from
Wow. All the
Michigan.
yeah.
Lots of
lot-
Michiganders.
Yeah, and Detroit seems to pop out some creative people.
very creative people.
Yeah, I don't know why, but agree. I mean, Motown,
Yeah.
all this
Cars.
the cars,
Yeah.
of course, birthplace of techno music, technically,
Oh,
Detroit.
technically.
Yeah,
That I
Wow.
didn't really know.
which I learned that a couple years ago. I didn't know.
Yeah.
but I was busy doing musicals.
Yeah.
so
From
I
a
didn't
very
know.
young age.
Yeah. When did you start? When did you start? Is that the first thing you started doing? Started singing like around the house? Like, how did you know you wanted to have a career in this?
My parents met in college choir,
Oh.
and I grew up a pastor's kid, so I grew up singing in church a lot.
Oh.
So that's where
You're
it
Whitney
happened.
Houston.
Yeah,
It's like Whitney
basically with yes,
Yeah, sure,
yes,
sure.
yeah.
Sure.
I'm definitely similar.
Which
similar
one
in a lot of
who
ways.
has the better voice, mom or dad?
Oh, that's a scary question. You're very brave
Let's
with that
start a
question,
rift.
and I'm very brave with my answer to say, mom. I
Smart.
think mom. They both
Smart.
sing
And do you
well.
have siblings?
I do have siblings.
And did they all sing?
They all can sing, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that we're all pretty annoyingly musical. We're like one life choice away from being those like families on TikTok that are
Yeah.
like doing covers together and you know
Yes.
having choreography.
And the son of a pastor.
Yes.
Son of a preacher man.
Hey, there
Yeah,
you go. The
that's
only one who
right.
could ever please me.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
My goodness.
Quite a cross to bear.
He was.
Okay, we know the song.
Oh, I didn't know you sang.
I do.
Oh,
She does
incredible.
not.
Yeah, I do.
Oh boy.
Incredible.
I do.
Oh, how did you guys meet again?
Us?
Yeah.
Well, in Silver Lake.
Uh-huh.
I was out for a walk, and there he was.
Around the reservoir?
Sure.
Uh-huh.
And he was walking, and he tripped on a crack, and I laid down my body in front of him so he would fall on a soft surface.
It was unbelievable. That does not happen in East LA. People are not usually that generous with their bodies. They're usually watching you fall, laughing behind skinny sunglasses.
They're like,
but it was really
step
generous.
on a crack, break your mama's back.
Exactly
right.
right.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
And so then you said, hey,
it got to, I'd be lying if I didn't say I was keeping an eye on him.
oh,
Sure.
for
I
the
was
whole
waiting for
walk.
an in.
Now, were you aware of this, that Paula or a woman was keeping an eye on you?
No, but when I fell and was saved, we did lay there for a while.
We did.
Yeah. It was nice. It
He was
felt
shaken,
safe.
so I held him.
Yeah.
And was there a point where you wished for her to stop holding you?
Not ever.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was the most comfort I felt in this town.
See, haven't I told you this? This is what happens to me. And, Gabe, I hate to do this live. People fall in love with me. Don't do it.
Okay.
Okay?
I'll do my very
it's
best.
It's a path to misery.
Yeah, well, when you're so sacrificial and you're so kind and you're so whatever, it's hard not to.
Well, I know.
The blazer, the T-shirt,
Well,
the lanyard.
I know I've got all of it, but I'm not going to settle down.
She washes her jeans in the sunshine, just so you know. But
Oh,
anyway,
wow.
back to you.
Okay.
So
okay.
there's some theater because it's been
Yes,
been in
yes.
you. There's some singing.
Yes.
Now, did this start in the elementary school days?
Yeah. I mean, I was like in choir classes when I was younger, but honestly, not until high school. Theater was not a thing that felt like a cool thing to do when I was growing
We've
up.
heard that before.
We've been hearing this,
Yeah.
and yet the people that do it are as an adults are the coolest of the batch.
Hey, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I love it.
That's right.
I
I'm throwing
love
up
it.
my peace signs and feeling cool. Yeah. I
So
ended
were
up...
you a cool kid?
No.
Okay,
No.
but you were worried. You were
were
already
working
not
on it.
cool, but you didn't want to be less cool than you already were.
Right.
Got
In
it.
middle school, I wrestled, so I thought that made me tough for a little bit.
Yeah.
And I was at risk of losing tough points.
I mean, you're wearing those singlets. It's the craziest
And
thing.
it's a bit of a performance, right?
Yeah.
No, it's the most theatrical of sports. Yes.
Vulnerable.
Choreography,
Oh yeah.
audience,
Okay.
the whole deal.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Greek.
Did you have to stay underweight?
I didn't have any trouble staying underweight. I was a very thin boy for a very long time. I forget, I wrestled in the 89-pound weight class when I was
Whoa.
like 15.
He was a
Yeah.
little guy.
Yeah, I was a little guy. A tiny, tiny boy, not an exaggeration. It was a real weight class that they offered in Metro Detroit.
Wow. Was that the lowest weight class they offered?
No, there was even lower weight classes.
Wow.
These little scrawny guys.
Yeah, these
Some
little
say.
dudes.
Yeah.
Just like little puppies.
Yeah, they-
Wow. All right. Well, this
Yeah.
is interesting. All right. So you're wrestling, which, you're keeping those cool points going
Yeah,
by
my
wrestling.
best, doing my best.
But high school comes along. And what
Yeah.
makes you go, hey, I'm going to go try to do this?
Yeah, I was already in choir, and then I broke my collarbone playing football
Oh.
because I wasn't
Why?
good.
Yeah, what were you doing playing football? This little guy.
I don't know. I think at that point I had squeaked up into the 90s of pounds,
Sure,
which was
which is a football
which was
weight.
progress. Good weight on the field. Yeah.
Well,
that's right.
sometimes I think you can. Those little guys can run so
Yeah,
fast.
were you
yeah.
a running back? Were you tight end?
No,
What were you
I
doing?
wasn't running fast or being heavy or strong.
Okay, so none of
Yeah.
it. You shouldn't have been out there.
No, should
Okay,
not have
great.
been out there.
Great.
In fact, I broke my collarbone on a day that was a non-contact day.
Oh.
I simply went up for a pass. I don't know what I was doing, and no one was passing me the ball. But my choir teacher was like, yeah, "This is
Don't do
over.
it.
Yeah,
You should
don't
come
do
do
that.
a musical now."
Good,
I said,
good.
"Okay."
I love
Great.
it.
And what
that
was
was
the
that.
first one?
I did Little Shop of Horrors.
Wow, who
were
did you
you?
play?
I was
Seymour.
Seymour.
Of course you were,
Yes.
yeah.
My freshman year, it was a big deal.
That is a big
That
deal.
It was a big deal.
Suddenly Seymour.
That's right, there it is.
Standing beside
But that's not Seymour's song.
me. He sings with her.
Does he?
He does.
God,
at
Give
some
me
point.
orders of his
This is going great. This
Yeah,
is a
it's
musical episode.
Very
Well,
musical.
wow.
These people don't know this, but I did dabble.
You did?
And when I was in high school, and I played Audrey.
No way.
Yeah.
With that deep voice.
Well, it wasn't as deep when I was younger. It's deepened over the years. Anyways, great musical.
Great musical.
Okay, and then once you did that, did you go, well, I got the bug now?
Yeah, I did have the bug. I think it's a little bit 14, 15-year-old finding something that everyone, you feel a little better at. It makes it easier. I'm not sure how interested I was in the thing at first versus just feeling validated as a 15-year-old.
There's something I can do.
My son is into musical theater. He's 17 now, and he's very tall. But he was
right. He's no 90 pounds.
He's no 80.
No. But it's it's been a real great thing to watch him.
Yeah.
He was in Greece. He was the main guy.
Danny
Zuko.
Oh, that was good.
Oh,
That was great.
Yeah.
Fun.
But now he just did another one that you didn't
one
like
that
it
I was
as much.
not a fan of. It was called Once Upon a Mattress.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah.
I mean,
Carol
it was
Burnett.
rough. He was fine, and the kids were fine, but the songs were all much too long.
Yeah.
favorite.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
sort of old winding kind
Yes,
of.
very long.
I have a
Yeah.
question. Since you were cast as a freshman,
Ooh.
in the leading role
Yes.
in this
Oh,
musical,
people must have been mad.
were there people who had really paid their dues in the theater department who were not happy?
No, I don't think so. Well, maybe. Honestly, but I think for the most part there was, as is the case in a lot of Midwestern high school theater departments, a general lack of gentlemen. So it wasn't like there was a whole lot of like boys who had been in it for the whole time.
I love to hear
So
that's
it
That's
was
interesting.
They didn't really, and Seymour is like a scrawny
Yeah.
little
Yeah.
dude, so they weren't
Yeah.
gonna cast like the
So-
big.
Okay, so in all
Perfectly.
fairness, though, based on what you're telling us, you're feeling good about yourself, but you really weren't up against much.
No.
Yeah.
No. The path was cleared.
But that's all you needed, a little something. Just give you a little something.
Yeah, we're 15. We're doing our best.
Yeah, sure.
Little victories.
Sure.
And then after you do, so then I am guessing you do whatever comes your way in high school, any musicals that are there. And then what happens after high school? By then do you go, I'm going to pursue this?
I think so. I think it was by the end of high school that I was like, this feels worth doing. I enjoy it enough. It's not just like my 14-year-old ego that's satisfied. I genuinely do love it, and I feel like I like it. So I wanted to go and do it in college. So I auditioned for a bunch of schools, as you do, and I went to Emerson College, the artsy fartsy one in Boston.
Sure,
yes, we can
yes.
clap.
Okay,
We can
Emerson,
clap.
shout out.
Yeah,
I have a
of
T-shirt that
course.
says Emerson.
Perfect.
Oh,
I found
okay.
it at Goodwill.
Nobody
okay,
asked.
good.
That's where a lot of Emerson T-shirts go.
Now I have a question.
Yes.
When you're this musical theater guy, you're very talented. You get into this college, and then all of a sudden, is it like, oh, there's a lot of other people who are talented like me?
Yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
then how does that feel?
Oh yeah, I think that happens at every
Step of the way.
Step, yeah,
Okay.
because everybody in college was the best in their high school, and then everybody in New York or LA was the best in their college,
Yeah.
and so you've got all of these and every waiting room you're in is 50 dudes who look exactly like you, about to probably do better than you in that room. Like it's a
Well, except for the fact that you've gotten some pretty great roles, so you're pretty much on top.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
We've squeaked our way in. Yeah.
But this is good for you two to hear, because, I think these two think they're going to get one thing
Yeah.
and then off they go. And that's not how it works. There's constant rungs of the ladder you got to climb up.
What is the conversation you have with yourself in your head when you walk into a room and there's a bunch of guys that look like Gabe?
Yeah.
What do you say to
There's
yourself?
not that many guys that look like Gabe, but okay.
Well, you know what I'm saying. He said it first.
Okay.
I think it's definitely. I think what's better now that I'm in my early 30s is that I am expecting it now. So I'm less surprised by it. But the first few times you come to a big city and try to make it in whatever you're trying to make it in, you do get surprised that there are as many brown-haired white guys who look like you and talk like you and sing like you. So, but now I expect it. So it's
You're a
less
little more-
jarring.
Yeah.
So you are not far from New York City Broadway. When you're in college, do you ever go down and
Go to New York.
shoot your shot?
Absolutely.
Shoot your shot.
Yeah.
That's what
they
they
say?
call it.
It feels right to me. It feels,
Thank you.
We'll roll a shoot your
Okay,
shot.
I just feel it feels dirty to me, but all right.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I would
New
never
York
say anything dirty.
All right. Sorry. So
I
sometimes
did.
you
Yeah.
go.
I went and had I would take. Oh my gosh. I would take the the Bolt bus, which was like the $1 bus from Boston to New York.
$1.
Which I don't know if that exists anymore. Those are the kind that get like shut down because of problems.
Yeah. Now I think the lowest is like you can get it for $20 and they offer that for like 3 people and then it goes up.
And you
there.
still can't bring a bag or breathe or do
that's right.
anything. Yeah,
That's
sort
right.
of the Spirit Airlines of
It is.
buses.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I did. I went and like you can crash like equity calls.
Really?
Like yeah,
this
you
is
still
interesting.
you don't have to have like for obviously film and TV stuff, you have to have like reps that get you in there, but there are still like open calls for Broadway shows, which is
Are
like
you camping out overnight?
like you get there early.
Wow.
Yeah,
Would you
yeah.
go down with other students?
I never did with anybody else. I think I was the only one crazy enough to
You got the
to
drive.
take the midnight
you
bus.
You got the
Yeah.
bug. There's something
Okay.
romantic about that.
And
It reminds
exciting.
me of
Yeah.
Annie,
Yeah.
like $3, 2 bags, 1 me,
Exactly
or whatever
right.
it was.
Exactly
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't feel romantic at the time, but it does. There is something very 1940s about like
The Broadway
big
baby.
city.
Yeah.
And
With
did
my-
you ever get anything from any of those trips?
No.
No. But
okay.
experience.
No.
You got experience.
I got like I got a call back for Newsies once when
Hey,
I was
that's
20.
something.
Yeah.
And
That's
when
very
you're waiting on
exciting.
these lines, are people stretching and
Yes.
And la, 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 la,
Yeah,
la, la.
all the warm-ups, all the like pretending like you're not watching them, but their leg are up by their face, and they're like being casual about
Trying to
it.
scare you.
Yeah, of course. It's actually insane. It's insane the intimidation techniques that musical theater performers have.
Oh, this world I love.
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah.
it is
that is
wild.
fun.
And so, do you do your full 4 years at Emerson, or
I graduated a year early because I didn't want to pay for 4 years, but yes,
got it?
I
so
did.
you packed classes into 3 years?
Yeah,
of,
I jammed it all
I
up.
see. So-
Can I ask one more quick question? When you do get in the room, what was your go-to audition song?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Back then, what would you be singing?
Oh wow. I was probably singing, there was a song called Take a Chance on Me, but not ABBA.
Oh.
It was from Little Women, the musical.
Oh.
So I would sing that song. It's a good
Can we
song.
hear just a tiny bit of
Yeah,
it?
It's a
you
good
know-
song. I honestly don't
don't
remember it.
All
But
right.
it was that, or it was what else would I do? That was my go-to.
Take a
and now it
chance
comes,
on me.
that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it. You nailed it.
Yeah.
And that's sort of like what you're saying to them, hoping they'll cast you. So there's a little
Yeah.
tongue in cheek there.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right. Why don't
that's-
you take a
that's
chance
smart.
on this little 90-pound boy from Detroit
Yeah.
with dimples bigger than his face?
In your wrestling singlet.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
you
That did
wanna-
well for me in LA.
Do you want to share your audition song to see what he thinks?
What? How I sang it? Well,
I'd love to hear.
I love the musical Annie. It's the only one I really know.
Incredible. It's a great one.
I sang from the movie. It's not in the actual Broadway show.
Okay.
It's called Dumb Dog.
Okay.
You know it?
I'm not familiar, but maybe I will be.
If I decide to pursue musical theater, do you suggest I move forward with that
You
song?
need to
or-
hear. He needs to hear you sing it to know.
Dumb dog, dumb dog, why are you following me?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Is
You
there
liked
more?
it?
Is there more?
Yeah, but that's where
I get
my
it.
best
That's
part.
enough. Because really, when you walk in the room and start singing, it's the first 5 seconds that they're going to know.
That's what I've learned.
They're gonna
They
know.
made their decision.
And
the
so really,
moment you
people
open your
talk
mouth.
about 32 bar cuts. People talk about 16 bar cuts. And really, you've given us a 4 bar cut, which I think is perfect for the
Thank you.
the musical
What
theater
I
sphere.
think is interesting is Annie sings that song, correct? And she's a child. But you've chosen to do a kind of operatic older woman's version of it, as opposed to what it's like, which is like, dumb dog, why are you following me?
Well, I was showing my creativity, my creative side.
Okay,
I liked it. It was a cool take.
cool. Well,
Cool
right, you
take.
heard it
It's
here.
like-
Cool take.
Yeah, doing Oklahoma in the dark or something. You know, it was like that.
There you go.
I don't
Now
know.
you're
Do we
talking.
know what your audition song was for Annie?
I did not sing for. We met in a production of Annie. I'm not sure if you know.
Cats,
I mean,
actually.
Cats. I'm sorry. Cats.
Oh wow, similar.
In Simi Valley,
Oh, fantastic.
and we were cast as local cats,
Uh huh.
and those are basically the extras pawing around.
Sure.
So when I got there, I didn't have a song prepared, but I was wearing a leotard, and they just said, "Oh, you're going to be a Jodel Cool Cat."
That's
I
perfect.
didn't know you didn't sing.
No.
In
I
the whole
wanted
show?
to.
Oh.
I sang in the background, "Jodel Cool Cats, come out tonight."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come
Yeah.
out tonight.
Oh, I'm getting shivers hearing
Yeah,
it. It
yeah.
must have been a fantastic show.
And she's very talented.
Oh,
She really
We-
is.
we
Gabe's
were in the
very
background.
nice. This is what I'm learning about
Yeah.
Gabe. He's very nice because neither of you are sounding very good right
Look,
now.
when
Anything you're singing.
when you're confident like Gabe, you can be nice. I notice when people are mean, they don't have lots of good self-esteem.
That's it. Right?
interesting.
They gotta,
Wow.
They
I
got to
think it's a
tear other
trick.
people down.
Wow.
You have enough to share,
Okay.
and I
like
think that's
that.
good.
I think it
I
took a
like
bit of
that.
confidence to say, "Hey, college, I don't need you for another year."
Yeah.
Yeah. And so then, where did you go to New
Yeah,
York?
what'd you do after that?
I went. I had just done a little commercial for Subway, so I thought I'm a TV boy
with the
now.
pervert?
Yeah.
Not with the pervert. It was to recover from the pervert.
Oh, wonderful. See, they cast you.
Actually, it was to recover from them finding out
That there
they
was
had
yoga
in the
mad
in the bread.
materials.
I was in the commercial
in the
that
bread?
ran about the new bread recipe.
Yeah. So when I was pregnant, I have a 17-year-old. All I could eat was Subway sandwiches. And around that time, I'm pregnant with a child growing. They say, we just found out that there's yoga, the same material that makes yoga mats is in our bread. And you know what I said? I don't care what it is. It's the only thing I can eat.
Keep it coming.
And I have a son who's 6'3"
You
and a half.
kept eating it?
Of course, and he's a strapping
Of
young
course.
boy. He did break his femur at one point, which
Yeah,
could
that's
be
from
Wow.
yoga
His
mat.
from a
bones
cyst.
were snapping.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
part of his bones are made
But
of
so
yoga
you
mats.
were the guy to turn around the whole campaign.
Yeah. I don't know if you could say that, but I was the sandwich artist, as they call them.
Yeah.
In the commercial that ran so much. It
Was
was
that a
so nice
union
to
commercial?
me. Yeah, it
Oh,
was.
that's so
Yeah,
great.
nice.
I got lucky. I did. I
no,
did.
no yoga
did
mats
well.
So
in
were you
here.
still in college when you got that?
Yes, it was like the last few weeks of college, and I was like, forget about New York.
Yeah.
So here's my question.
I'm a sandwich artist. Do you feel like it's
Yeah.
patronizing a little bit that they call them sandwich artists?
Yeah, it's a
I
little
mean,
too
I
much.
don't know. It's a lot, but
Yeah.
My question is, and I would imagine, because when you're younger, it's like, somebody gets something and sometimes you can't feel happy for them because you're like, I want that thing. So you, being your third year of college, and now you have a union subway, were people just losing their damn minds, wishing like, how did he do
this
that?
is your same question about when he became Seymour. Are everyone jealous?
No,
Yeah, are you trying
well.
to get me to drum up
Yeah, I'm
some
drumming up some
drama?
trouble.
Yeah.
Well, because I just feel like it's the same thing because freshman, he's Seymour. Now he's third year in, he's already booking a commercial. I mean, there must be just people all over the country who are like,
I can relate to
"F
this.
you,
There's
Gabe,
so
F
many
you."
people who just hate my guts because they can't deal with
Yeah.
how perfect I am.
The amount of success, the
Yeah.
amount of perfection.
Yeah.
I hear you. It's hard. Yeah. How do you deal with the haters?
I mean, I laugh in their faces, really,
Digitally or in person?
however I can.
Incredible.
Yeah,
Incredible. That seems like the best way.
works for me.
Okay, so this leads to what kind of jobs? More jobs. And then
Oh.
I want to get to the Broadway of it all.
Yeah. This does lead to Broadway, so we can get.
Okay.
I moved to LA because I was like, I just did this and I had a little part in a movie, and so now I'm a camera boy. And then I moved to LA, and the South Park team is who wrote the Book of Mormon.
Yes.
And so they were doing auditions in LA for some replacements of the cast. So I moved to LA to move back to New York. So then I toured with it for a year, Broadwayed for a year, and toured for a year again. So I did that show for 3 years.
Oh my goodness.
Crazy.
That
Wow.
is incredible. And who did you play?
I was Elder Price by the end of it. I was understudying for the first bit, but then by the end,
Wow.
I was,
I mean, that's huge.
yeah.
It's such a fun and amazing musical.
Oh my gosh. I so lucky to be a part of that show. I would have said yes to Blue's Clues Live. Like
Sure.
it would have been so to be a part of that.
And it's almost like being an athlete, right?
That's
Doing
what
a
I
show
was gonna
that
ask, yeah.
much.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, how does a skinny boy
Yes.
handle
Yeah.
this? You got to eat some.
And your voice
carbs.
every day.
Yeah.
Just eat.
Yeah.
It didn't matter what I ate. I was doing it's like 2 hours of cardio every night. Yeah, the voice part was that was not fun. You had to live kind of silent. Yeah.
Wow.
Especially on the road when you're in like hotel rooms.
Yeah, you can't be
just
yelling on a
being
bus
quiet.
with people.
air.
and-
Right,
Yeah.
right. And the cast gets to go out and like go have drinks after and be buddies, and you're like, see you guys at the theater tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was like
Yeah.
still so much fun. But it is kind of like we compared it to. It's funny to say out loud, but we compared it to baseball. It's like long season, a bunch of games. You're doing your best to just have a decent batting average because you can't be screaming at the top of your lungs
You ever
every
heard
night.
of John Bon Jovi?
Of course.
He's
One of the
having
greats.
some throat issues.
Is he really?
Yeah. He had a surgery.
He did?
Yeah.
Like Julie Andrews?
I don't know. I don't know a lot about Julie Andrews, but I'm a huge Bon
love
Jovi
Julie
fan.
Andrews.
Anyway,
It's the nodes, right?
maybe.
Yeah, wow.
But it's also age. When you age, your voice changes,
Yeah.
right? And you know.
Well, because you and it's changing, and you start compensating
Right, and you
in a way,
over-sing.
and you stressing out out another part,
Yeah.
right?
Ooh.
That's right.
You know more than I do.
Oh, and it compounds.
It compounds.
So,
Yeah.
so my point is, I think some people would have gone out for drinks and been like, "Oh well," but you took care of your voice.
I tried to,
Yeah.
Well, I was nervous.
Yeah,
I
you wanted
to
to keep
the
your job. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Smart.
Yeah.
And
It was a
were,
big
and were you
stink.
thinking, after this, never again, I'm going to go be a camera boy? Or were you thinking, I can't wait for the next time I get to be a part of a musical?
Yeah, I was thinking more musicals. I did not at that time, and I'm not sure. I think I would for the right show. I did not have interest in being leading boy singing 20 songs a night after that, just because it's so. Like I wanted to have a life. And at that point I was engaged. I'm now married, but
Congratulations.
thank you. And was just like, I can't be living silently with my wife.
Yeah.
It's just like not a good
doesn't
vibe.
work.
Yeah, it doesn't play.
Brings new meaning to the term silent partner.
Hey.
Don't enjoy
boy.
yourself
No.
so much.
Oh boy.
All right, so then you do that, and then you stay in New York for a bit, or you come back to LA?
I kind of come back to LA because of aforementioned wife. She was out here.
She an actor or singer or
No,
anything?
she's not. She does a lot of things. She produces and writes and does
She's a
marketing
creative
stuff.
person.
She's a creative. She's a creative. But
Great.
at the time she was working at Netflix. And so I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to go to New York and try to maybe find a theater job when you have a nice corporate job.
Yeah.
We'll be here.
Yeah, we'll just figure it
Yeah.
out here. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's smart.
So then
It's
I've
nice
been,
to not marry another actor.
Oh my gosh.
I can't imagine.
Oh, two people
No,
with
it would be
these
too
neuroses?
crazy. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Is your wife in a position where she could get these two in some kind of a project?
Oh, we
Hey,
can, yeah,
thank you.
definitely. We'll get emails after, and we'll send my wife's way. Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah,
Thank
she's
you. Okay,
usually
great.
a quick responder.
She has
too,
that
so.
kind of pull.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
A lot
Great.
of pull.
Great, you guys
Lot of pull.
got to come up with some ideas.
Okay, I'm going to
Okay,
get my
good.
audition ready.
All right. Well, all right. All right. So then you're here in LA.
Uh-huh.
Now, what I want to understand, because you do stand up.
Uh-huh.
When does that happen? Because that's not that doesn't like that. You don't usually see someone do Broadway and then comedy.
Yeah, agree.
How did that happen?
Agree. It happened because I've been trying to. I have these like Broadway sensibilities, and I'm a piano player and a singer, and I never felt comfortable as like a pure stand-up, but like have always loved that medium, and so I've tried to like mash it all together. So now I'm just
Do you
like
perform stand-up with a piano?
yeah, it's all like musical comedy stuff.
wow.
So it's like
I think
it's
Zach Galifianakis does this sometimes.
yes, he does do this. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
It's
just
like
saw a video.
I loved. There was old clips of like Jamie Foxx's old stuff.
Oh.
Like when I was in high school, that was like I was like, oh, you can do that. Like people will let you do that.
It's like a real entertainer.
Yeah,
Yes.
it is.
Yeah,
it is
you
kind of
know?
like old school.
It
like
is.
I do
I
feel
like
very
it.
like
Yeah.
1940s showing up to the
Yes.
city.
There you are.
Because if you're like, oh, I don't want jokes. I don't want but like then maybe
Yeah.
I'm going to enjoy the music or I'm going to enjoy
Yeah.
it. Yeah, like you don't really understand jokes.
I'm
Phyllis
not
said he
afraid to
doesn't.
say it.
Yeah,
No,
you don't. So you
no.
might enjoy this because there's music in it.
Yeah, it's something I can understand. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But you're like a triple threat,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Sure. Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
a quadruple threat. Do you dance as well?
No, I mean, no. Well, no.
You're one of the people that would put moves well.
Yes, I would
Sure.
put moves well. I
Sure.
would say in the
Oh,
grand
sure.
scheme of humans, I dance well, but in the grand scheme of like the Broadway dancers that
Yeah,
I'm
people
around.
with their leg on the
No.
wall.
No,
Yeah, you
no,
don't do
no.
that.
Yeah.
No, I do my best.
Wow.
I do my best.
So you're doing that, and then what else? Like what fills your days in Los Angeles?
It's a lot of writing for that, writing songs and doing that kind of thing, and as we do in the modern era of entertainment, a lot of internet bits and
That's
a lot
what
of
I
things.
wanted to
Yes.
ask about, because
Sure.
that makes him also, what's a 5 threat? Quintuple? Because you also have the technology of the day down.
Sure,
And
sure.
that's not easy.
I think I'm like a double threat who's parlaying it into like a bunch of different mediums.
Okay.
Like I'm a musician who's funny, and
Okay.
like I've been parlaying it into a bunch of different things. But I like your version of a
Quentin.
Yeah, quintuple
I think you're
threat.
with Quentin Tarantino.
yeah. He and I
Wow.
are quite similar in taste and ability. Yeah. yeah.
So how did you build up that world on the computers?
Yes, slowly.
Yeah.
Slowly.
It's hard.
It is hard.
What's your
It is hard.
what's your main format? We just met someone yesterday he's a Twitcher. Does
Oh,
Twitch.
oh wow.
Yeah, big Twitcher. Will
Big
Neff.
Twitch.
I've never. A Broadway friend of mine did karaoke on Twitch. He was doing live Twitch karaoke that I've
Wow.
done once,
That's
but
kind of fun.
Okay.
but I've never been on Twitch. I'm like a Instagram TikTok guy. I like
Okay.
doing dumb musical bits online.
Oh, we know. We've seen them, and
Our,
they're not
inst-
dumb.
boy.
our
Oh,
intern
boy.
always tells us we got to get on TikTok, but we don't really know how to do it.
It's a terrifying and exciting and terrifying
Frontier.
place. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
We want to be on it. We're going to figure it out.
I love it.
And do
You
you,
should.
do you
Y'all
remember,
should.
like, was there one TikTok you made where you went, oh, people like this the best?
I did I did to be honest, I got on TikTok because my wife was like, you should just be putting all this
your
over
stuff.
here. And she was like, let me do it, and uploaded a bunch, and they started
wow.
going crazy. But one
Like, uploaded from your performances?
stuff that I had already had on Instagram and other clips
Got
that I
it.
never wanted
Just
to post.
moving it over to
Yeah,
TikTok.
just was
Got
like,
it.
Yeah.
get this over here. And there was one that was my big bit I do online lately has been making fun of jukebox musicals, which are like the musicals where they have
I love
existing artists' music and they make it into a plot.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So I've
Oh.
been making fun of that and doing things that should not be made into musicals. And I
Sure.
did one of a Britney Spears musical that like
Trying to connect
did
all
well.
the songs that are like, you can't connect them, but you can make them connected if
Yes.
you come up with something stupid enough.
yes,
Yeah.
it's like this. Yeah, the like if you put enough like plot heavy dialogue in between lyrics, you can really make a
Connect
story out of
anything.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's the Alanis Morissette one.
Yeah.
There's is there a Billy Joel one?
Moving out. Yeah.
That's Moving Out.
Yeah.
Michael
Is
Jackson.
the Michael Jackson sort of is one.
Famously, Mamma Mia is one
Oh,
as well,
that's true.
technically.
I mean, they're kind of
Yeah.
awesome, I think.
That's
Yeah.
ABBA, right?
Yeah.
Who sings Mamma Mia?
There's a Huey Lewis one.
There is a Huey Lewis one. They just opened it up. A
can't
bunch
wait
of my
to see
buddies are
that.
in it.
And
Oh,
there's
really?
Jesus Christ.
And there's Jesus
Superstar,
Christ.
yeah.
Yes.
That's a great one.
I don't think it's a
God.
jukebox.
No, I
It's
guess
not his existing music. It was music
No.
written for the show.
His existing music was more humming and nice sounds.
Who are we talking about?
Jesus.
Oh,
Have you heard of?
I've heard of him.
Okay.
I think I got lost because I just didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was into music.
Of course he was.
Of course.
Of course he was.
All right, well, great. All right, so what if we wanted to come see you live? How
Yeah.
would we do that?
I'm very glad you asked. I'm on the road later this year. So if you find me online,
How do we find you?
we're
GabeGibbs.com.
GabeGibbs.com. You can
That
find me
couldn't
online
be
there.
easier.
And that'll be my shows. I'll be later in the year. I'll be in Boston and DC and
Are you
Chicago.
related to Marla Gibbs from 227? Is that what she was on?
Great
I don't know
question.
Marla Gibbs.
Okay.
No.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
maybe I
guessing,
am.
Great
I'm
sitcom.
guessing no.
Great
Probably
90s
not.
sitcom.
Yeah, 90s sitcom. And then there's the Gibbs, the brothers.
Oh, they're
Andy
the
and,
Gibb actually.
Oh,
the brothers Gibb.
Really?
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
hard for you because you put an S on everything.
Yeah,
so
that's
that would
right.
be
Feel free.
difficult.
The
Feel
Gibbs
free.
is-
They
Yeah.
sing this Night Fever. Why can't I remember what they're called?
The Bee Gees.
The Bee Gees.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Sure.
Good Lord.
So you're really just kind of killing it on all angles. No, you are. It's inspiring.
Cylinders
Thank
is
you.
another way
And he
to say
still
it.
thinks we can do stuff even at our age.
Thank
Of
you.
course.
Yeah.
Of
He
course.
thinks
TikTok.
he thinks you have a chance.
Tiktok.
We have a
gotta get on
chance. Yeah,
TikTok.
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 chance.
It's
TikTok
worth.
is the chance.
It's
Have
worth.
you ever been told no to anything or gotten a bad response to something?
Yeah.
And if you
Where
did,
feel
how did you
sad.
respond to
Yeah.
it?
Yes, and yes. And I do get sad.
But
yes.
because you seem like you're powering through it and you handle it well.
You have a
I
very
try.
positive vibration.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
good, I'm
that.
glad.
I
What do you
love
do
it.
when you feel like? Are you like? I'm putting the TV on. I'm putting on a dumb movie. I'm eating chips. Like, what do you do to recover?
Yeah, it's like I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna talk at my wife for
Right.
like 30 minutes of like, and this and that and whatever.
But
and then,
that right there already, you're a step above a lot of people because
Okay.
they don't share.
Yeah.
Then they just hold it inside and they get up sad and they and
Yeah.
there's no release. So you got to talk about it.
And
Gotta
she's
talk
a good
about it.
listener?
And you
She's a
found a
great
partner who's
listener.
okay, good.
Oh
good,
my
good,
gosh,
good.
great listener.
So you do that and then next.
It's just like watch basketball or embarrassing YouTube videos of people like building a log cabin in the woods
Sure.
slowly, where
Something
I can just
soothing.
kind of
That's
check
nice.
out.
Yeah.
yeah, just that for as many hours
It's
as
whatever
is
you need.
necessary. Yeah.
My
Yeah.
primary man in my life once told me, I don't need to hear you just listing everything that's going on in your life. So now if I want to express myself, I say, do you have space for me to just express
Sure.
myself?
Right, because you're not necessarily looking for advice or to
Yeah.
talk it out.
Sure.
You
But
just
it's
want
nice
say
to just
everything.
get it out.
But that's fair to let him know what
Yeah.
the
What's
task
coming.
is.
Yeah.
Here's what the task is
Yeah,
for the
I
next
don't
half
need you
hour.
to fix it. I just
yeah,
want to say
here's
it out
your
loud.
role that you can
Right,
play.
right.
Yeah.
This is what
I
I
wouldn't
do.
mind it being fixed, but yeah.
What about the other men in your life? Can you talk to them about this
No.
kind of
Oh,
stuff? No,
interesting.
they're
It's a
just
different
sexual.
relationship.
No.
Yeah, just fully
Oh.
They live with
sexual.
their nuclear families and they've got a lot of other stuff going on.
Yeah.
Got it. So
And
this is just
see
for the
me there.
primary man.
Primary, who I have the child
The
with.
secondary and tertiary are
Yes,
doing
thank
their
you.
own thing. Yeah,
Secondary, I knew. Tertiary, I forgot about that word.
Yeah,
That's
there
great.
you
How does
go.
your pastor father feel about you living in this den of sin?
It's he now also lives in this den of sin. My
Really?
parents also live in LA. Yeah.
They moved out here.
Yeah, my whole family's out here now, which
Wow.
is not because of me. They just all wanted to be
Somewhere
out here,
warm.
and then it started rolling.
And
we had
does
too
he
many
pastor
siblings.
out here?
He used to. He hasn't been like teaching pastor
Mm-hmm.
for a long time. He's functions now sort of as a consultant for
I love that.
kind of thing. But
Wow.
he digs it. He gets it.
Yeah,
He's
He sounds like a good one because we have different ideas of who Jesus is. Mine is he's my friend. I love reading what he did.
Uh-huh.
I love listening to his lessons. Hers is like frightening, guilt-ridden, fear. Yeah.
Sure.
So,
Yeah, that's what she.
But
Yeah.
we're still
loves-
friends.
Yeah. He loves us all.
Oh, I'm glad to hear you say
that's
that.
Shocking
That's
for you to
shocking.
say that.
I'm coming around.
Okay.
Los Angeles is wearing off on me just
Yeah.
like it is your dad.
Yeah.
sure.
It does help everybody arrive at he loves us all.
Because
huh,
you
when
meet so
come to
many
a
different
city.
people, and you're like,
Yeah.
we're all children of God in one way or another.
Yeah.
Whatever you think that God is.
Yeah.
I hate
God
to
could
do
be
this,
nature.
but we're at that time.
Oh,
And I've
Oh.
tried
Gabe,
3
Gibbs.
times to say
Oh.
it, and we just keep going.
I don't want it to
Let's
end.
keep rolling.
Here's what
Let's
I,
keep
I don't
I'm
know
going
what
to tell
to
you
do.
what I need. What I need, though. What I need.
Yeah.
Can you sing a little something?
Oh.
Is that putting you on the spot?
I can't.
Is it just
Above
too
his pay
uncomfortable?
grade.
It'll make me feel so squeamy.
Okay.
Okay, good.
All right.
I like that.
That's
But-
okay.
But
What
I-
if
I-
Paula starts singing? And
Then
would
maybe
you provide
Would you
if
backup?
we
join
could
in?
all sing together.
Sure.
We could all. Yeah.
Tell us,
Whenever
what's
you start.
What's a song that that you enjoy?
I've been in an ABBA mood. If we have an
Okay.
ABBA song.
Okay.
What's one?
What's one that we could all?
When you find out mine.
I don't know
I'm
the
the
lyrics.
first in line. Honey, I'm
I'm
still free. Take a chance on me.
If you need to let me go, take a chance, take a chance. That's right. Ooh, octave. Incredible.
Wow.
There's never been a better rendition.
Ooh, that was good. It
Ooh.
also felt like we wouldn't get in trouble legally with that
No,
rendition
because
either.
It didn't sound
No
at
one
all.
knew the
It is
words.
nowhere
Yeah.
close
That
to the
is a
real
trick
thing.
we should remember.
Oh, really? If it doesn't have the words, you can just
If
do
it
it?
doesn't
whatever
make
you
any
want.
sense. Yeah.
Great.
Great.
I didn't know that.
All right. Well, real quick.
Yeah.
We do like to say or ask as we leave, is there advice you would give to somebody who wants to do, kind of what you're doing or something in this
Some
profession?
incredibly small.
Yeah, if you met a little tiny boy.
Yeah, if there's another tiny boy in Detroit.
In a singlet.
Wishing he could sing.
Yes. What would that advice be?
Actually, that advice to him is kind of the same advice I'm trying to give to me right now is nobody cares. Nobody's watching as close as you think they're watching you.
I love that.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In a good way. Not
Everyone's got their own stuff going on. They're not thinking about you all the time.
No, they're drowning in their own stuff.
Yes.
So just do the thing and try, and you're going to do bad and good, and nobody cares. Keep going.
Oh, that's
very inspirational.
Yeah.
And
I
if
really
somebody
love
does
that.
care and says something mean, that's a reflection on them, not you.
Yes, and we laugh in their faces.
Yeah.
Digitally
great
and
callback.
Digitally
literally.
and in real life.
I know someone who cares, and he lives upstairs.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Great.
that's a
Well, we
different
were going to
one.
end
Yeah.
on something great, but now it's weird. Gabe Gibbs, everybody!
Okay, Gibbs.
Multiple Talking Women is produced and hosted by Ariane Price, Lauren Burns, and Lisa Shurga. Subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on all podcast platforms, and become a member of our Patreon. All right, am I done?